Steve Clisby will be returning later with his full band to entertain us, so give him another round of applause. Would you do that? Thank you very much, Steve. I'm slightly in awe. In 1983, I was the support act to Andy Williams when the Hilton Hotel had a great cabaret circuit. And my agent rang me from prison. He said, just had a phone call from Channel 9. Steve Liebman was in the room last night and they saw you. They want you to appear on the Today Show, the morning breakfast show. And I noticed Tracy Grimshaw arriving this evening, and I was to meet her on that occasion. And my car broke down on the Harbour Bridge on the 4th of February, 1974. And I never got on the show. And it was too late. But I've worked since then. I was on the Dawn Lane show as a regular, and it got sacked. And then I became a regular on Hey Hey at Saturday, and they dumped that one. So I don't get a lot of invites for television, but I do occasionally do corporate gigs like this. So it's a pleasure to be with you all. And now that the lectern is in place, I'm going to introduce one of your real professionals. Give it up and welcome your Master of Ceremonies, Ellen Fanning.
Thank you very much, Paul. I'm sure after that plug someone will book you. You can get your agent in jail. He's on parole. So ladies and gentlemen, the Premier, the Honourable Barry O'Farrell and other distinguished guests, welcome to the second annual Kennedy Awards for Excellence in New South Wales Journalism. And let's give, first of all, a very special warm welcome to someone who has travelled all the way from Darwin to see her son honoured for the first time at these awards, Mrs. Merle Kennedy. On behalf of all the organisers, can I thank you all for supporting what is now an established night of nights, I think, in the New South Wales media calendar. There were some fears we would be a one-hit wonder, but I think there's been no chance of that. As Les Kennedy often said, you're only as good as your last story. So after the tremendous success of the inaugural awards last year, the pressure was on to do it all again. And someone said, it's a bit like the expectations placed on the supergroup Queen after their chart-busting debut album, A Night at the Opera. I do implore you to stay with me on this, there's a joke coming. Freddie Mercury and the boys followed up with, wait for it, A Day at the Races. See? And look where we all are, Royal Randwick. Damon Runyon would be so proud, in fact, some might say the spirit of Runyon couldn't be more joyous. Sorry, I'll stop. Seriously though, we are extremely grateful for the support of the Australian Turf Club and Racing New South Wales. They are two of our major sponsors this year. And without their enthusiastic backing for the last 12 months, an encore for the Kennedy Awards would have been much more challenging. After all, last year was always going to be a hard act to follow. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of that historic night.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away.
It's true, I did spend some time at State Parliament, 34 years to be exact. When I started there, TV was black and white. The Premier was Sir Robert Askin, and the big story of the day was the row over the site for Sydney's second airport.
Thanks very much, and thanks to my wife Diane Nazarov for putting up with me. Thanks.
You thanked your wife for putting up with you. What about thanking every member of Parliament for putting up with you?
Les, will you stop driving me mad, Les? Les, I'll read your story on Sunday, mate, okay? What's it like up there in heaven anyway, Les?
This is the first time that Steve Barrett's hair and my hair has been seen in the same room at the same time.
And I recall many occasions when car tyres were let down and public phones were vandalised so that the journos could be the first with a splash.
There is one unifying urge that galvanises us all. That is the relentless quest for the scoop.
They called in 4 lawyers, the deputy editor, and in the end they just said, Kate, we're going to back you on this, and they did. And that's what journalism is all about.
The task of investigative reporters is to keep the bastards honest by exposing them when they aren't. They've got a lot of work ahead of them because there are a lot of bastards still out there.
Did 2 books with Les and just how chuffed would he be to see this tonight? He never got any awards in his life, I think, but this is the ultimate award, and I'm gonna tear up. Sorry, it's beautiful.
Dad didn't talk much about his work at home. I didn't think that he felt like his work was suitable for much younger ears. But we knew that he loved it, and I think that he would be overwhelmed at the launch of the Journalism Awards in his name.
One of the great modern-day police reporters.
So when the idea for these awards was first hatched in a pub, of course, the founding journos agreed that the achievements of these media giants really deserve to be remembered with something a little more profound than the beer-soaked banter in the bar room.
I told Les's mother Merle on that very sad night a year ago that we would name a police dog after Les, and we kept our promise. I've got to be honest here. No, just bear with me. I've got to be honest here. Police dog Les had a little bit too much larrikin in him. And so now he is enjoying a wonderful civilian life.
Well, I was a copy boy in the late 70s and a cadet at the Telegraph with Les, and I just wish in those days he had as many police contacts, because we used to get in a fair bit of strife, and it would have been handy at 3 a.m. when we were being removed from the Journalist Club or Weatherup's Wine Bar or whatever. But
I was having a couple of beers with the guys out there in the foyer, and they said, "Why are you here?" I said, "Oh, I guess I'll find out a little later." But I said, "Peter Coggoy is pretty keen to get me here because the car turned up at 6 o'clock last night."
First of all, as a former POM, to receive this award from Doug Walters is just outstanding.
We are saluting some of the great scallywags of the business, but there are plenty left, including a couple here tonight. A few typewriter throwing Tom Krause and Ellen Fanning herself, whose opening question I remember to Mick Jagger on a special we were doing was, "Hey Mick, do you ever wake up in the morning stiff in all the wrong places?"
Listen. No, look, thank you. I'm actually shocked about this. Ask anyone from the Sunday Telly team. I've spent the day practicing my "I didn't win, but I'm really happy for you" clap.
Hello. I'm not sure I'm welcome back, but I'm coming.
This is a real great honour to receive this, named after Cliff. This is amazing, particularly as an editor, since the Walkleys don't acknowledge our existence as a species. So.
To my other finalists, my commiserations. I'm sure you're just as entitled to this as I am. I'd also like to say, long live radio. It's coming under a fair bit of pressure everywhere at the moment.
Thank you very much to P&O. I think I might see if Eddie's free on this date because I do think it might coincide with ICAC. He might like a little getaway.
It was really a great night, and there was so much pressure to succeed, but fortunately, thanks to meticulous planning, a resolve to uphold the professional standards we all place upon ourselves, and really at base, a determination to do Les Kennedy proud, the awards really were a stunning success, and they're here to stay. As you all know, they pay tribute to 6 masters of the craft, sadly lost to us in those preceding 12 months. Les Kennedy, Paul Lockyer, Sean Flannery, Cliff Neville, Gary Ticehurst and Peter Rule. We also managed, I don't know whether you know, to raise more than $100,000 for the Charlie Perkins Trust to help Aboriginal children and young people. So hopefully we can do it again this year. We're proud to announce our support of the children's cancer charity Red Kite and the Aboriginal Medical Service. And I'm joined now by Red Kite CEO Jenny Seaton, who'll say a few words.
Thank you so much, Ellen. New South Wales Premier, the Honourable Barry O'Farrell, New South Wales ministers and distinguished guests, valued sponsors, committee members, Sol Blair, Chairman of the Aboriginal Medical Service, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. First, I wish to take this opportunity to respectfully acknowledge the late Les Kennedy and his family, along with all the mentors and peers recently and sadly lost who you are remembering tonight. Red Kite is most honoured to be with you this evening to celebrate excellence in real journalism and to recognise the quiet achievers of your industry. Actually, in our sector, Red Kite's a bit of a quiet achiever as well. And we're all about real needs, the hidden costs, helping with the hidden costs of childhood cancer. It's essential support to children, young people and their families from the hospital bedside to the family home. To be honest, I can't remember an opportunity like tonight to speak in front of a more influential group on behalf of those thousands of families that need Red Kite. I will be back later to introduce you to two families who will share their story and their realities of cancer in Australia today. Until then, I wish you all a great night and a big congratulations and all the best to all the nominees. Thank you.